When Jesus saw them lying and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water was troubled to put me into the pool, but while I am coming, another step down before me. Jesus said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. The answer asks a question. When the answer asks a question. This passage of scripture is, we know that we hear the hymn and the song, Jesus is the answer for all the word of the day. Jesus is the answer. But what happens when your answer asks you a question? People say, well, what do you mean? When that happens, when you go to an interview for a job, your answer is, I need a job. Your interviewer is your answer, because if he hires you, he answers your question in a form of payment, of having employment. But when he asks you a question, what can you do? What do you do? And in life, your answers will ask you a question. And Jesus wanted to know, ask him, will thou make whole? Now, let me set the picture of this little scenario. Back then in Jerusalem, there were a pool by Bethesda. It had 5 porches. And in one porch, there was all the blind folk, all the lame folk, all the crippled people. Everybody hung out in this porch. And they hung out together. And once a year, an angel will come and trouble the water. And anybody who would jump in the pool after the angel came, the waters got trouble, will be made whole or healed. So this man was laying there for 38 years and missed it 38 times. So Jesus came up, and there's a bunch of them, and particularly saw this man. And he asked him the question, will thou be made whole? And I wonder to the fact that why would Jesus, knowing Jesus knew he was there for 38 years, with being Jesus and a healer, why would he ask the man, do you want to be healed? Of course he knows. Everybody laying around here want to be healed. Right? You would say that. But he asked the question because he was laying there for 38 years. I come to find out that, and the problem was with that, he made a bed there. So he made a place comfortable for his calamity. When you make a pillow for your problem, that means you want to be there. That's why Jesus asked the question, do you really want to be made whole? I find some folk that got money problems will spend more than what they earn and tell them they want to get out of debt. They making beds. When somebody with a man abuse a woman and she hit him in the eye, well, he ain't that bad, and I just put makeup on and let him hit me in the other eye, you're making a bed. Instead of correcting your child, you like, he just green, he just being a man. Your son got 2 baby mamas and he ain't paying for either one. Knock that boy out. Get him straight. Talk to him. But we create beds for our bad habits. We make excuses for not growing. And then Jesus had to ask him a question. Do you really want to get right? Do you want to be really made whole? And he made an excuse. Well, when every time I try to get up there, somebody come before me and run up in there. Now, let me say this. If I was like him, what I would do, I would be
I know I missed it the first 3 or 4 years. As I know, once a year, I would count the days. I would, if I couldn't walk, I would put my bed so close to the edge of that pool. If nobody would even carry me to the pool, I knew he had enough strength. He said he was impotent. He had a problem. I knew he could limp. I knew he could crawl. As soon as that water, I count the day. And the water was trouble, I just fell right on there. I would position myself. I don't blame nobody running there before him, because he didn't want it. How is it you so far away that somebody can get there and step in before you got there? Those people, whoever stepped in, really wanted a blessing. The reason why this church going to get blessed, somebody else we don't supposed to have the facility. We don't supposed to have the stuff. But guess what? I'm going to step in and I'm going to step over some folk and take their blessing. Because I really want it. See, we got to understand something. A lot of folk ain't making it because they don't want a blessing. They don't want to be blessed. And in order for you, I keep telling people, success don't go on sale. You cannot buy better. And what God has called us, this ministry, to do is create a atmosphere for folk that want to get off their beds. This ministry is built on people who don't want to be tired of the mundane, who want to be extraordinary. I tell people I don't want to be great by myself. I don't want to go and we marching, and I don't want to be just everybody know Pastor Terry Allen. I want to know everybody know GPW. And when we grow, we grow in a group, not in a singular. Because when I'm dead and gone, I want people who are discipled. That's why Jesus left 12, so he can bless, the work can still go on. And in this life, you don't get too many opportunities. And some people say, Pastor, we need money. Nope, you don't need money. We need help. Nope, you don't need help. Well, what do you mean? You need an opportunity. Because the opportunity will create the wealth. Opportunity, when you start, let me say this. When you get what you get, people are going to come. If you open up a Dunkin' Donuts, where people around the area that people love donuts, what you need is an opportunity to start the business. You sink money into it, but if you've done your research, and everybody's saying, I wish there was a Dunkin' Donuts around here. You don't think they don't survey the area? You don't think they put the money in to find out who like Dunkin' Donuts around there? The reason why they got one right up here and one right next to my block, because that's where people want donuts. And they will find the area, research it, and plop it right there. And once I build a Dunkin' Donuts and flash it around, all I gotta say, you know what? That's a Dunkin' Donuts over there. Whoo, wait, one right here. I ain't gonna drive through. Oh, okay. I done took the customer that drive 25 miles away or 15 minutes away, and I got him. Then he gonna tell somebody else that, oh man, you ain't gotta go up there, Dunkin' Donuts right at the corner. Oh really, I didn't know about that. Then the Dunkin' Donuts come. Then you got stuff coming. Then you got employment. Guess what they're gonna do when they file out GPW? Oh girl, you know, a girl, that's a daycare. That big building right there, they got daycare, they got this, they got that. Really? Girl, we got everything you need, and there's a church there too. What do you think God gonna do? But see, when I asked God for it, I said, God, we need a building. He gave me a question. Well, will you do this? Well, will you do that? I asked God one question. God, I need a building. And when I know you got the answer, but my answer came back, well, can you build this for me? Can you do this for me? Will you start this program for me? I'm like, I asked God for one question or waiting for one answer. Now, I haven't got my answer back from God, but he asked me many questions that he want me to answer. Because he said, what are you going to do for me? Because what you're asking for, wait a minute, hold up, buddy. I'm God and I'm sovereign. I know what's in your bank account. So you want me to pull out some of my cattle on 1,000 Hill on this one? You know you need a miracle. Man can't get it. You know you ain't getting it from them. Because and nobody, let me say this. Ain't nobody rich in this room. Some people can be well off, but ain't rich. Because I ain't and rich when I mean, I ain't never seen nobody drop $1 million tithe. You drop $1 million tithe, you rich. Well, let me say, you drop $100,000 tithe, you rich. If I don't see no $100,000 tithe, and all I see, some of us don't even get to the $10,000 a year tithe mark. If you under the $10,000 tithing mark, you rolling. But you ain't rolling. You rolling though. But when you get to that $100,000 tithing mark, then you got somebody wealthy in your congregation. And if you had that collectively, we wouldn't even have this conversation right now. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even have to wait for the man to tell me anything. I wouldn't even be in a warehouse. I will build my church from scratch. That's how far I will go. But God told me you ain't got that kind of paper. So you gotta wait till I give you something, and I'm gonna have to take something that may look raggedy and make it beautiful. But guess what? That's the gift he gave me. God made me to have a restoration and restoring. I will take it as what y'all see. Y'all see, I'll see something ugly and make it beautiful. And the reason why I'm on the internet, because if you can see it, then you can be it. So if I'm sitting saying, looking like, they look nice. So if other folk took the same thing and took an old warehouse and made a beautiful office space in, why can't we do that? And it look modern, it look hip, and we don't want church as usual. We don't have the steeple money. We don't have the steeple money. We don't have the mahogany wood bench chair money. We got the hotel chair money. But that's fine. You sitting comfortable. It got cushion on it. We don't have the big pulpit stage. We have the portable stage. But you got a stage. You ain't gonna fall through it. It's made out of steel. But if you put all this together, it's better than what you normally see. Because guess what? We don't have pulpit people. We don't have, and God said, huh, people. We don't have the polyester people. We got the tatted people. We got the gay and lesbian people. We got the folk that never knew nothing about a Bible and never seen a Bible and don't know what God even is, people. And those people, that's what we gotta get ready. Amen. The baby mama drama people. Well, Pastor, why are you getting those people? Because I got the problem. And in order for me to handle baby mama drama, I gotta get it. Some of y'all going through some things right now that God allowed you to go through it because you know why? You had to teach others. Come on. That's right. If we got people who lost their husband, you got a Life After Loss program. Elder Cook know about that. You have people who deal with addiction. Mr. Daphne know what it's going about. We need people who take care of children. You know, about Sister Barbara and Sister Joyce. She works at a daycare right now. You all right now? She already worked for one. And God will make her the head, not the tail. People don't understand. God got to give you an answer to your question. But He's going to ask you a question, do you want to be made whole? And I can't answer that question. And you know what? This is what kills me about the whole scripture. He didn't even ask him, he didn't even wait for him to say yes. He said, get up your bed and walk. I'm tired of you laying there. But notice something. I said it was 5 porches, and there was a lot of people who sick. Don't you think I would have dived on Jesus? If I could? Did I hear in the scripture say, me too, Lord?
My God.
Think about it. If Jesus came on the street and I was blind and I heard, oh my goodness, Pete just got up from his bed. And I was blind, I couldn't see. Who did that? Jesus! Jesus, I want to see. I'll be doing like this.